Hello and welcome to Yo-tas Kitchen. Today we are making cannoli shells. My cannoli shells have 2 cups of flour, 1/4 of a cup of orange juice, 2 eggs lightly whisked, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of mace, and 1 teaspoon of orange zest. I have also 3 tablespoons of vegetable shortening and 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. Looks like. Thank you. I'm going to be mixing all the ingredients, first the dry and then the wet ingredients with the flour. And when I form the dough that I need to roll out, I will come back and show you what that looks like. Thank you. Hello and welcome to Yo-tas Kitchen. I wanted to show you my dough. As you can tell, I just formed it after I mixed all the ingredients. But you see how it's kind of a little flaky? That tells me it needs a little bit more liquid. So what I'm going to do is just add 1 tablespoon of water until it becomes a little more blended, I would say. And I'll show you that step when I get there. Because this, if I roll this out, it's just going to break apart. So it needs a little more liquid. And I think 1 tablespoon will be enough of water, cold water if you have it. And I'll be back in 1 second to show you what that looks like. Thank you. Welcome back to Yo-tas Kitchen. I wanted to show you the dough. You see how you can basically ply it and it's not falling apart? This tells me the dough is ready. I have my rolling pin and I have a little extra flour that I'm going to be using to roll this out. I'm going to cut this in 4ths. And then that way I can best divide it and cut them accordingly. So I will be back when I get to that stage. Thank you. Hello and welcome to Yo-tas Kitchen. I just wanted to show you my cannolis, the shells, before I roll them up and then get them ready to fry in the olive oil that I have warming up. So what you want to do is just put a little bit, brush a little bit of the egg white on there just to keep its place. Press it in. I don't know if I made these a little too thick. You see that? Press it in and then just drop it in the oil. Filling for cannolis. So right here I have 2.5 cups of ricotta filling, which is restaurant style. I had gone to a restaurant supplier and got this. It's 2.5 cups. You could also use ricotta, and you need to strain it. And it takes, probably a few hours, if not 24 hours. Just put it in a strainer, the ricotta cheese. With of course a bowl underneath it, cover it, and just let it sit until you get most of the moisture out of there. To that, I'm going to be adding 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1 tablespoon of orange zest. I'm going to be using 1 cup of powdered sugar. And the spices I have is 1/4 of a teaspoon of allspice, 1/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of mace. And then here I have 3/4 of a cup of heavy cream, and I am gonna whip that or stir that into the ricotta, and I'm just gonna thin it out a little bit before I start adding the rest of the ingredients. And I will be back when I have that completed. Thank you. I wanted to show you my cannoli shells. I just took those 3 out of the frying pan, and I'm just going to let them cool. But this was my first batch. As you can see, they're very pale, but they're also very thin. If you compare them to the other ones I made, you see the difference. And so the next batch, I ended up I already had them, rolled out, so I just rolled them out a little more, cut them again, took the extra dough, and made other cannoli shells with it. and I just let it cook a little more because I felt that the first ones were a little bit undercooked. I melted my white chocolate or baking chips, and all I'm doing is just dipping the cannoli in there. You see that? And then I'm just going to put it on the wax paper, and I'm just going to let them dry. And I'm not going to do all of them like this. I'm just going to do some of them like this because not everybody's going to want to have chocolate with their cannoli, or at least not this way. So here's the next one. And I ended up putting a few tablespoons of heavy cream in this chocolate for it to melt evenly because it wasn't really melting, it was just clumping up. I did try the microwave too, but then it burned on me, so I had to do the double boiler method. So anyway, I'll be back to show you what I do next. Pot of double boiler I created, and I added heavy cream to the chocolate morsels, let them melt, and then I dipped the cannolis in there. I wanted to show you my cannoli shells. I ended up putting some chocolate. I melted up some semi-sweet chocolate and put it on some of my cannolis. And then I also have white baking chocolate on a few of them. And then the rest I have left by themselves, just plain. And I'm going to be filling them. Hello and welcome to Yo-tas Kitchen. I wanted to show you my cannolis. I just finished stuffing them. I was very careful not to touch any of the chocolate, but anyway, I left some with no chocolate at all. If you would like, you can put some chocolate chips on it, like those miniature ones. I didn't do that because I was gonna put the chocolate on the outside. But if you want a little more flavor, go ahead and do that. I hope you like this recipe. Thank you very much for watching Yo-tas Kitchen. And if you make these cannolis, let me know what you think. Have a great day, and thank you for visiting. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.